Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your love and relationship reading for the month of November. I like to start off with a reading for my singles, and then I move into a reading for my couples. And just gotta let you know, Capricorn, that we are in Scorpio season. So this is making a lot of things that we have held within come to the surface, and the cosmic is making us, address them so that we can move forward. Now, when we look at the major arcana and we think of Scorpio, it's associated with the death card, which is all about transformation and rebirth, The energy that we're working with this month kind of reminds me of the stone moldavite, which is a very powerful mineral that is created from a meteor crashing around the Czech Republic. It is considered the stone from out of this world, and there's nothing in the world like it. It's this beautiful, green, powerful material, and the energy that is associated with it, the best way I can put it is, ready or not, here I come. Whatever you aren't ready to deal with, it's going to throw in your face and say, okay, come on, it's time to tackle this. And that's the energy that we're working with for the month of November, okay? Now, where you are right now, especially dealing with all of these energies, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of anxieties and are feeling very emotional, myself included. I had a really rough bout, especially the past few days and last week. But where you are now is we have the Three of Swords. So, this could really be, touching on some heartache that we are keeping within. Heartache that the cosmic is saying, okay, it's time to address this. This is doing some deep work, and that's what the next month is going to be about, deep work, okay? You're getting in there. Now, the energy that we have with the Emperor has to do with this, like, okay, come on, pick yourself back up. Let's keep moving forward, full steam ahead, okay? Which doesn't always address, the underlying issue that we're dealing with here, this heartache, this grief, this pain that we're holding on to, okay? Even though Emperor's intentions are really good, because Emperor always comes from a place of love and kindness, but they have a very take charge, type energy that's associated with it, which I admire. But, for the month of November, I think it's really important that we take pause so that we can recenter. We do have the Queen of Swords, which comes from a wonderful place of prickly honesty. That's the best way I think I can put that. The energy associated with her. And she's another one who comes from a really good place. She has this really sharp tongue, and she comes from this very pure, authentic, honest place. And not everybody understands that type of honesty that's associated with the Queen of Swords, because it could be hard. She has a tough side. She could be like a cactus. This is a no bullshit type of lady. And I think that, that's kind of where you're at right now. You've had that, you haven't had things easy. You've had some hard bouts, and you're not willing to take any BS at this point, and you want to move full steam ahead to the next chapter of your life. But the month of November, Scorpio season, it's time to pause and recenter, okay? So the foundation of this situation is the Nine of Swords, okay? The Nine of Swords, this is a card where there's a lot of self-blame that we're dealing with, beating ourselves up over a situation that didn't go, the way that you wanted. It didn't turn out the way you wanted. And just dwelling in the past. This is also a nightmare card. This could be, something that's going on that's keeping you up at night. You're losing sleep over, just in agony thinking about, this situation, being so hard on yourself. But we do have the Ace of Swords, which is, this touches on, a new way of thinking, a new way to move forward, a new idea. An epiphany, so to speak, like a light bulb went off in your head. Now, we do have some fives in this reading, which I think is actually really appropriate. You know, throughout my other readings, I've been getting a lot of fives. And whenever you see fives in a reading, it's deep. It's deep work. You know, you're in there, you're working through it. And your aspirations, this could be, it's the Five of Wands. So, you know, this has to do with conflict, going back and forth. This can even, you know, be these different aspects that we're dealing with, these different energies, you know, going back and forth as to how to move forward. Full steam ahead? Do I pause? Am I being authentic and true to myself to overcome, you know, these feelings that I'm having? I don't know. But it's deep, deep work, okay? And it's going to strain your passions. And what I mean by that is when we're dealing with a wand card, it's a fire, right? So you're dealing with passions, which can either be up or down, so to speak. And so you're trying to find some sort of balance in order to move forward. But we do have this, you know, this forward momentum that's pulsing throughout this reading in regards to, you know, moving forward and hopefully meeting somebody. Now, we are doing a lot of groundwork, you know, working on thyself, which is the most important work that somebody can do. And I think that, you know, when you're tuning into a love reading and you're hearing all about this self-work, it could be like, okay, what the hell? I want to know about love. When is somebody going to come into my life? But this is the foundation that you're setting for something wonderful to enter into your life. Now, we do have the Three of Pentacles, which symbolizes, you know, group settings, friends, and I think that this is an avenue in which you will meet somebody. You know, the holidays are approaching. So go out there and have a lot of fun with your friends and see what new individuals will be coming into your life. But I don't see anybody who's going to really sweep you off your feet coming into your life this month. I think that there will be opportunities, dating opportunities, but I think that this is really a month, you know, based on thyself. And again, I know that could be rather disappointing for those of you who are like, you know what the hell? I want love. I want it now. You know, that's the type of society we live in. We want things right now. And the hardest part, especially being single, is the unknown and the waiting and having to deal with time, but we have to trust in divine timing. The divine has a plan for us. It doesn't always work on our time frame. In fact, it hardly ever does. Now, the last card that really stands out to me is the number 5. And remember, fives are all about this deep, deep work. And when we're dealing with the Five of Pentacles, especially in regards to a love reading, and it's probably very much tied to the Three of Swords that we're dealing with here in this conflict that we're holding on to. This has to do with deception, you know, feeling emotionally drained. This could be even the result of an affair that you're still very much dealing with. So as we're dealing with all these emotions for the month of November, I really want you to be conscious and try to keep yourself centered, take pause. This isn't a good month to be making any rash decisions, you know, when moving forward. And it's going to be tough, especially when we're dealing with all of these anxieties and emotions. So with that said, I would like to pull a card from my moon deck, give you a mantra in honor of my namesake. Oh, we have a jumper. With focus and intention, I can shape energy in any direction. With focus and intention, I can shape energy in any direction, and that is so true. Essentially, we are in control of our own lives, and we can take it in any direction that we want. We just have to pick a direction and move forward, which really captures that wonderful energy that we have of the Emperor throughout this reading. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and move into a reading for my couples. More fives. I swear, every reading that I have done for this month has a 5 for that deep, deep inner work that we all seem to be dealing with this month. Okay. So the first card in the spread is the Queen of Pentacles. And this touches on what you are bringing into this relationship. And this really touches on this wonderful, kind, caring, nurturing energy that is essentially your very essence. This is something you can't even control. It's simply just who you are. You're very caring and very compassionate, very nurturing. We do have the Four of Swords, which represents where you are now in regards to this relationship. It looks like there is a situation that's going on here where you felt misled, where things, like somebody literally kind of pulled the wool over your eyes. It was a stupid, stupid situation that happened. Makes me think of like drunk kids or something, you know, saying, hey, watch me do this, you know, that sort of situation that you're really spending a lot of time thinking about. In fact, you're overthinking the situation as to why, you know, how could this happen? Why? When really they just simply weren't thinking. Now, where you're hoping to take this relationship is the Two of Cups, which really touches on this deep connection that you have with this individual. This is soulmate. This is twin flame. Okay, this is being able to really understand and see things through each other's eyes. Now, we do have the Page of Pentacles, or excuse me, the Ace of Pentacles, which touches on, you know, what your partner is bringing into this relationship. Now, whenever the Ace of Pentacles, I keep on wanting to say page, is present, you know, this is always the start of something very abundant, you know, with the opportunities. You can literally take this energy and move it forward in any type of direction you choose. You just have to choose a direction. It's very fortunate, very prosperous. Now, where your partner's at in regards to this relationship is the Five of Swords. So, yeah, we have this, you know, deep work, this deep energy, and this could touch on this individual maybe not being in their best state, so to speak. And I think that this really, you know, plays well with the Four of Swords. Okay, you overthinking about whatever it is that's going on in regards to your partner, you know, where you feel like, you know, again, somebody pulled the wool over your eyes, so to speak, you know, some sort of deception, like somebody took something from you. Okay, this is what's going on here. This really stands out. Now, we do have the Ten of Wands, which indicates, you know, where your partner is hoping to take this relationship. Now, whatever it is that's going on right now that's causing you to overthink, the Five of Swords, it's not sustainable. And if this situation isn't corrected, I believe that your partner will have to, you know, you and your partner will go your own separate ways. So something has to change because the way things are going, it's not sustainable. Things can't last. It's just too much. Okay. Now, how you see your partner is the Ten of Pentacles. So you see your partner as a wonderful provider. You see, when I think of the Ten of Pentacles, I think of like life goals. That should be a hashtag. Hashtag life goals. Okay, that's what I think of it. You know, you're working your whole life to get to this point. This is the ultimate relationship. This is who I want to spend the rest of my life with, okay? This is your everything. Now, the way that your partner sees you is the Ace of Swords. You know, you inspire your partner to see things in a different light, to communicate in a different way. I think that the best way to put how your partner sees you is simply inspirational. Okay. We do have the Page of Wands. So, you know, we have, the Five of Swords, Four of Swords, you're spending a lot of time thinking about this situation, right? This is a bump in the road. I see you guys taking a step back and moving forward from there, seeing things in a different light, trying a different creative way to pick this relationship back up and move forward. But you guys kind of have to take a step back from egos in order to move forward. Now, again, since we're dealing with all this crazy energy this month, it's really important for you guys to take pause, and I wouldn't rush to make any rash decisions. I do see these things as just being a bump in the road, but hopefully, you guys will be able to move forward in a positive light. It seems like you guys both have really high opinions of one another, that you guys care for one another. You just need to try something different, okay? Because whatever it is that's going on, it's not working for your partner, okay? So you got to try and figure out a new way to move forward. So with that said, I'm going to pull a card from my moon deck. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. And you want to know what? I think boundaries are okay, especially, in relationships, and being able to respect them. And maybe boundaries is what's needed here in order for this relationship to be able to be picked up and move forward. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.